All right, it should be on now. Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome. Sorry for the only 25 minutes late. I I think either this computer is super slow and it because we actually had it going, didn't think we did, and then it turned out we were live, but we'd already killed the feed because it looked like it didn't work. So our feed is super slow. Um, so I will um I will post the let me find the link and I'll post the chat if anybody wants to join the feed. Join the Zoom. Come talk with me, Joey Casey. What the fuck do I know? Who the fuck am I? Um, but that's neither said nor done. My parents had an accident. It was a horrific, terrifying accident, and I was an environmental disaster. Was the cause of it was the environmental disaster of my existence, plus all the bullshit that led to, for me personally. Um, yeah, my computer is wicked slow. Trying to follow the chat, and I can't even. This computer. Oh, hey, Kevin. Kevin, thanks for being here. Hey, Grateful Dan. Um, I'm just trying to add the if I can. This Yeah, my computer is wicked slow. This is not good. So I don't even know if I can add the Zoom link if anybody wants to join the Zoom. That's what I want. I want to talk to you guys and see what you have to say and have a good talk with you guys. If not, I've got a couple of notes, couple things um to right, I'm gonna um all right, try to post the Zoom link there. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, hopefully that worked. Sorry, totally suck at yeah, that should work. I totally suck at multitasking. So that being said, I just want to say the Zoom is open if anybody wants to join me on the Zoom. Looking at my notes, I just had some stupid shit I wrote down. How is everybody doing, by the way? Thank you for joining Collapsing with Casey. Tonight's topic, or not topic, I never have a topic. It's just shoot from the hip, right? Um, uh, Swayze Crazy. So I really have a fascination with how people love Hollywood superstars and all that kind of shit. So that's a fascinating thing for me. And I used to love Squidbillies when I used to be able to laugh at the stupidity of humans before I got too pissed off to laugh anymore. I don't laugh much anymore because of that. So Squidbillies, and there's a episode called Swayze Crazy that was really funny, and it kind of made fun of how, what a celebrity and big hula, whatever we want to call it, that Patrick Swayze is. So it was funny for a title. There's really not much more than that. What I did want to just talk about briefly, um, uh, that's not even notes. Here we go. Oh, I do want to add, you guys can believe me if you or not. You don't have to believe me. Um, I I showered and brushed my teeth. That's a lie. I have not done that. I did put a shirt on for you guys. Got my meat men or the meat men, and you suck. This is actually the crippled children suck shirt, but they all suck. Love the meat men. they made me laugh all through the shittiest years of fucking high school and youth. Their music and Tesco V's music and lyrics, brilliant and funny, and kept me going through those dark times of chasing the dollar, working my ass off, you know, keeping that drive, that drive. When you're younger, man, you think you're gonna change the world. You're gonna fucking take it on, and you see all the, especially people like us that see through the bullshit, right? We think that we're gonna be able to, when we're young, and right, we think that we're gonna be able to adapt and overcome and be smarter than our parents, be smarter than the older generation. We're like, I don't want to fucking slave away for 40 years in the same fucking office or the same warehouse every day with fucking mundane, boring people. I want more than that. I want more than a fucking a vacation, saving up for a week's vacation. What the fuck is that about? But that's kind of that's all we're really given, though. Even if you do have good ideas, no matter what your best idea is, it always fucking winds up being, oh, I'm gonna work hard and maybe uh I can go to Disney World, take the family to Disney World, or even if it's, I was always single, personal, maybe I'll save up enough money and go to a race that I want to go to. Hey, Joanne. Um, yeah, it's just so dumb, the lies that we've been led, the lives we've been told all our lives that led us down this path of, keep on keeping on. It's going to get better. It'll be worth it in the end. Uh, you know, keep on paying your fucking Social Security. Social Security. I was, that's something I said when I was a kid. I was like, we will never live to see Social Security, even though we, at some point, we're going to have paid into it for our entire lives. I mean, I saw that coming. And drink the fuck up, people. Drink. This is, I think, number 4, so I'm well ahead of you. Well, I hope I'm not ahead of you. I hope you're right on par. Actually, that was a shitty thing to say. Um, but we're we're programmed. We're fucking programmed from birth, and men and women programmed even very differently. You know, as little boys, we get little toy soldiers. We're gonna be, taught that fucking war is the way to go, man. Fucking pull for your country, your team. Fucking go, 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 go. Jump that shit. Huck it, motherfucker. Fucking pin it and just fucking go. You got it. And war of the super bikes, war of all the fucking Martin Marietta, fucking everything that they can create and fucking bomb the planet with it. Um, and then girls, oh, we're gonna give baby girls dolls that shit and piss themselves. So and teach them to go potty. We're just fucking kids being programmed to, as a male, fuck all the pussy. As a female, have all the babies, take care of those babies. It's a fuck show that ends in nothing but fucking overpopulation, overshoot. Hey, Amy, it just ends in overpopulation, overshoot on every fucking level. And in the end, you know, look at the divorce rate. Like most people, we're just kids having kids that are our kids continue to have kids. And it's only when we get older we can look back and go, wow, that was really stupid. Somebody should stop that. Um, and nobody does. And I mean, I saw that when I was a kid. That's why I never had kids. But I had kid. I never had kids because I was poor, um, and I knew where we were headed. But even if, even if I wanted to adopt, and that's a beautiful. That's the these people that want kids. Why don't they fucking adopt? They don't, because they're selfish. They want more of their own shit. It's so it's amazing that we're still here. It's fucking almost 2022. We've almost made it through 2021. How in the hell did we do that? But yeah, we're seeing incredible heat waves this winter. Incredible heat waves throughout the northern hemisphere. It is frightening to think about. If we're seeing 20 to 40 degree above average temperatures in the winter in the northern hemisphere. If that carries over to 20 to 40 degrees in the summer, we are fucked. Crops don't grow at 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, I'm American. I forget what that is Celsius. Um, but that's too hot. That's way too hot. Um, last summer we saw those same extremes, but we only saw them in isolated areas. Like uh, the Middle East hit 140 or so. Death Valley, California hit 135. These are again Fahrenheit degrees temperatures. Um, and then there's all this doubt. Like there was even a stories just recently a fucking meteorological organization, uh, confirmed that the Arctic hit 100 degrees June 10th, 20, 2020. That's over a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, and they're just now confirming, that was legit. We fucking knew that was legit, and then when they did the confirmation, they just did it like this week. So it and they made it seem like the Arctic hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit, yesterday, which would have been yesterday as of a couple of days ago. So I mean, it's so kooky how the mainstream does its information and these little kind of ways of innuendo, if that makes sense. Um, you know, there there was not that much news about the Arctic when it hit 100 degrees on June 10th, 2020. There's equally as much news about it now, which still doesn't fucking make any sense either, because that should have been like a big deal that day, and it's wasn't that big of a deal that day in the news. And it's only today or the other day they also didn't make it a big deal. They were just like, oh yeah, it's been confirmed that what we kind of hiccuped about a year and a half ago was confirmed. It's and that just makes that's why for normal people it's harder for them to follow the narrative, to follow the truth, why they're so easily manipulated and lied to. Oh, uh, fuck! I had a little bit more. Um, oh yeah, and all the way that boys and girls are brought up, differently. Boys are given toy soldiers. Women, girls, I mean, are given baby dolls to take care of while they're still babies. So you cork all that in with some religion, fucking put it in right there with a cork on it, like Doug Stanhope says. And it's no wonder I'm shocked we're still here today in 2021, headed into just a couple of weeks away from 2022. But 2022 looks to be like it's gonna be pretty well fucked up. Yeah, Grateful Dan, 60 degrees in northern Michigan. And what about the winds too? Like a friend of mine that lives up in Michigan, that's been on the channel here before, uh, talks about how it's windy like every day. And this was months ago when he was on. Stephen Densmore, you can go back and look at his interview. Um, he was talking about how it was just crazy windy every day in in um in Michigan. And it's like, obviously we've known that Tornado Alley has moved north from, instead of like Texas, Oklahoma, now it's more up in the mid states in the Midwest. And that storm that went through and took out like the Amazon plant. I'm trying to remember the cities, the major cities around Kentucky that that tornado took out. But you know what I'm talking about. Well, that same storm got here, so I was, it was coming here the next day, about mid late morning to midday. So I was really expecting to see some shit from that. I woke up in the morning, it was pretty windy, nothing crazy, but it was windy, and I was like, this is probably going to be pretty bad. I hope we're going to be okay. Hell, then the storm actually came. It started raining. It got windier. Was raining sideways. It was, it got a little rowdy there for a minute, and then it was over. It was gone, and then it just sprinkled, rain and sprinkled the rest of the fuck. We didn't get nothing compared to what I expected, and from what we all saw happened up in the, the north and west, where I am in Atlanta, Georgia. So again, that just tells me that that Tornado Alley has moved up, from from like the Oklahoma, Texas to, a state or two north, and even a little bit more east, in comparison to. But it's it's not only just moving, in that direction. As we all know, it's all moving across the entire planet, as the planet is just deteriorating due to, I feel like all of the greenhouse gases are really, we're starting to feel those effects now, especially this winter, more so and more so. Hey, Karina. Um, the the I think that that obviously, most of the planet has been very heavily affected. Like Karina just joined us. She is in Portland. When I talked about the summer temperatures of last summer, they hit 117 or 118, close to 120 degrees Fahrenheit there for a heat wave. That's that 20 to 40 degrees above normal that we're seeing both in the winter and last summer. But last summer it was very isolated, right? Um, you know, it wasn't widespread. We are seeing more and more widespread heating this winter, um, and cooling too, because obviously, I like Kevin. I like Kevin's term of Kevin Hester's term of Arctic bleed out. When that cold air bleeds out, when the jet stream carries it, out to a different place, um, it's like that cooling is lost and will never be regained. It just gets thrown away into an area like southern Texas last year that shouldn't be that cold, right? So we do have, like global chaos with weather. But for the most part, much of North America has been way warmer than normal for this time of year. So that's we were seeing more 20 degrees to 40 degrees Fahrenheit of normal. And sorry to repeat myself there, but I just wanted to make that point that everything is becoming more widespread. It's not just Portland having a 100 almost 120-degree heat wave. It's more across continents now. Um, with what's going on as far as temperature. Um, I'm going to go back to the Zoom. Sorry, I haven't checked to see if anybody is in the waiting room. So if anybody in the room, okay, no, so that's cool. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you all for watching. I don't know, at this point, I don't know much else about what to say. Have a plan, have an exit plan for yourself, because nobody takes care of you more than you can take care of yourself. That's important. Um, so even if others around you aren't on board with how, you know, that's that the death and the reality of the severity of our situation, how short our lives are, especially from here on out, um, you've got to, I've talked to friends this week, like, what do I do with my animals? And that weighed heavily on me as well. Thankfully, we got rid of ours, and I'm no regrets. We're having to move to sell our house because there's no job, there's no money. Only because we have equity in the house is the only reason that we're going to be able to afford to live in the future throughout 2022, whatever life is left financially, only if we sell our house, because there are no jobs. It's it's just, I mean, we all know what collapse we're in. So, and everybody is in their own personal collapse, while we're also dealing with collapse on a global scale, right? So have a fucking plan, man. And when people try to kill you, not kill you, when people in your household, your friends, your family, your social network, personal social network, try to shut you down, you're not wrong. Hey, Rita, you're not wrong in trying to look out for yourself so that you have a peaceful exit rather than suffer at the end. Because, for many of us, myself included, for sure, life was mostly suffering, just going to work, hustling, trying to better ourselves every day, uh, living a lie. And then once we really, really see and understand that lie, that makes it really difficult for us um, to be excited about keep on keeping on. When things, whether the fucking temperature is too much, or there's a tornado headed your way that's a mile wide. Like we had a mile wide tornado heading toward us uh years ago, and I didn't believe it. I was driving home from work, and and this was probably about 2018, maybe earlier, maybe it's 2016, maybe 14, I don't remember now. There was a massive tornado in Alabama. It was a mile wide, headed our way. It was basically pretty much along I-20 at that point, in around Birmingham, which is in our line. It wound up going a little bit south of us. So we didn't get that, but a mile wide tornado, you know, if you know that thing's coming for you, um, you got time to take care of yourself. Given maybe a few hours, you've got time to take care of yourself so that you don't have to deal with that. But also, once everything crashes, we won't have that foreknowledge. We won't have that information. So, um, when everything goes dark, we won't know what the temperature is going to be tomorrow. We don't know there's a storm coming. We don't know that, you know, and you don't need lack of internet to not know when someone desperate is going to come after you. Um, and when everything goes dark, everything goes down. Obviously, it's gonna get dark really quick with people coming after people, um, uh, going after your neighbors or whatever. It's not going to be good, right? And women and children are obviously going to be the most affected, and that really obviously are the most vulnerable. Women and children. But I like I was glad that Kevin Hester too pointed out once, talking with him about how in wartime, in desperate times, and we know this through prison too, even men are raped. So that's pretty fucking heavy. That's not definitely not a way that I want to go. And I want to be more in control of that. I want all of us to be able to have the knowledge and information to be able to have at least a possibility kind of level of control on that. um, and that's all I want for myself. That's all I want for any of my friends, any of all of humanity. All of any living being, is to not suffer, especially you know being being able to skip the steps of murder or a slow death. um, and I do always try to make the joke to lighten things up. You know, if you can order pizza, hang on. You know, hang out with us. Keep on keeping on. But when there's no more fuel, when there's no more pizza delivery, and you know that other people around you have already exhausted their last can of beans, they're probably not preppers. And I don't believe in prepping, but I do believe in having a few cans of beans, a few gallons of water, just a little something, just in case you get a disaster and the lights do come back on. Then hey, good deal. But if not, don't suffer, because when the lights aren't coming back on, you don't want to be caught up in that transitional period of, oh, this is going to suck. I'm going to die slowly. And how am I going to die? And that's really, really fucking scary. Um, you know, um, and and by talking about this, I know this is like a fucking taboo subject, which is really sad. That's something else I do want to bring up is how fucked up our system and our society and we as humans are, and that this is a taboo subject. It's not allowed to be talked about. That's really fucked up, man. And being blamed for the death of people, that exited or tried to exit people peacefully is really fucked up, and I that really pisses me the fuck off. And that's happened. I'll deal with it, um, whatever. But that's also why, not to my fucking thing is, if you can order pizza, and people love you, it's not time. But we all know that pizza delivery is coming to an end, and love does not fucking very little love exist. There will be no love remaining in the end. It will be pure shit, a pure fuck show. It already kind of is, but obviously it will get way worse too as things crumble. Um, yeah, I'm gonna check thank you guys for letting me rant. Like I don't typically. I try not to, just rant and seem angry or whatever. But um, I don't know. Thank y'all for letting me do this and for being here and attention and 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 being active as well. Yeah, yeah, Amy. Only cannibalism remains. Yes, I I I second that, and I think a lot of people watching this agree. Yeah, Joanne. Thank you, man. Thank you. My blood boils every time I realize humans are okay with suffering until the lights go out. Yeah, like we talk about, you know, and Amy and Karina. Well, all of us are huge animal lovers. You are too, Joanne. All of us are huge animal lovers, and we don't want to see our animals um, suffer. So we can take them to the vet and have them mainly euthanized. And I did that when I was back about 1994, I think it was. I did that with I had a Burmese python that I had raised for a few years, from about 3 or 4 foot to about 12 foot, and just a my favorite snake until I had my until my boa constrictor Copper, that through reptile education we met over 1 million people. That's why I love Copper. She's my number one snake of all time. This Burmese python, I was got in the Coast Guard, flew him down when I got out of the Coast Guard, flew him down to with Delta Dash, flew him down to Atlanta, was able to convince my parents to keep this snake. He was a great snake, never bit me, was a great. I was so excited to try to beat him. And he wound up getting mouth rot repeatedly, and the vet would fix it and then it would come back. And so it was terminal. And so I witnessed, and I was there. I didn't want to run out of the room and ignore, like, oh no, you just kill him, while I'm not there. Like, I wanted to be there. This is a snake. This is not your dog, cat. This is a snake. But this is my time with an animal that I and raised, cherished, watching it slowly stop breathing. I knew that snake did not suffer. When snakes are in pain, they curl up in a ball, much like we do. Like if you break a bone, you're playing football and you get hit, you have a bad crash on a dirt bike, bicycle, or whatever, you kind of curl up in a ball and you can see the pain through the face, through the body language. They do the same thing. They 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 just kind of ball up, and usually when they do that, there's something obvious by a car or whatever, obvious trauma. Um, Having that snake put down, he never quivered. He never seemed in distress, and that made me really appreciate that I spent that money, because I was broke as fuck. I didn't have any money, but I didn't want this animal to suffer. So I took it to the vet after already spending many visits at the vet, to spend the another extra 100 plus whatever dollars for a visit, down so it didn't suffer. And I hate, I hate, I hated to do that, but at the same time, I know that I saved that animal from suffering a longer, you know, more weeks, months, whatever. So the fact that we can't do that for ourselves is incredibly frustrating. And what an incredibly stupid, fucked up world that we live in, that we cannot do that for ourselves. or even our loved ones. If our loved ones want to do that, we ridicule them, we embarrass them, we make them feel like shit, like they're stupid, like what the fuck is wrong with you? It's so fucking sad. So fucking sad. Hey guys, hey, thanks Dan for joining us. Yeah, Aerosol Masking said all bets are off after BOE. Yep, yep. The methane that's coming out of the Arctic, it's like it feels like we're headed to BOE even in the freezing months over the winter. But we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. And yeah, BOE is on the horizon, no matter whether what year it is. And we don't need BOE to go there. We can go. There's still being ice in the Arctic. Uh, but we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, everybody can hang out for the ride a little longer, as long as possible. Um, I also know that every day that we continue on, that, that's another suffering for many others, not just people, but on Earth too. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Um, we'll do the get on my email list. We'll do the Tuesday private Zooms with me, and we have 3 or 4, 5, 6 people. So they've been really good talks, and always change the subject. Always speak up and tell me. I will do it. Yeah. Sorry, Rita. I probably am breaking up. My audio gets bad after a while. Again, thank you guys. Email me at practice@yahoo.com for the private Zooms on Tuesdays, and be back in a week for the next episode of Collapsing with KC. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys find each other, and enjoy community as much as while supplies last. And if we could, that's all I ask for all of us. Thank you guys again. Your weekend.